Hello friends, welcome to the Port of Indecision. I'm Ray, and today our journey takes us to Stirling Castle in Stirling, Scotland. This historic castle is at the Crossroads of Scotland, midway between Edinburgh and Glasgow. But before we head over there, remember if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave some comments, and also don't forget to subscribe to the Port of Indecision.
We sailed from the Port of Indecision.
We had spent the night in Glasgow last night and began our trip, which was going to be about 2 hours long, heading southeast towards Stirling. But before getting to Stirling, we were taking in some of the beautiful scenery along the road, and then we decided to stop at the Coffee Bothy, which was a wonderful way to start the day. And then it was time to get some gas in the car, and one tip about Scotland: with all the potholes and rocks in the road, always check to make sure you have properly inflated tires. Today we're at Stirling Castle. Stirling Castle is one of the grandest castles in Scotland, not only because of its position in the country, but its imposing architecture. It's going to be a great tour. Come on along. Before the union with England, Stirling Castle was also one of the most used of the many Scottish royal residences. Very much a palace as well as a fortress, several Scottish kings and queens have been crowned at Stirling, including Mary Queen of Scots, who probably walked through this entry many times. One very nice feature of visiting Stirling Castle is you have the option to tour it yourself, but also join a guided tour, which is very informative. As you walk through the main gate of Stirling Castle, immediately you'll see the Great Hall. The Great Hall is the largest banquet hall ever built in Scotland, and construction started in 1497, and it's known for its royal gold color. To the left is the Royal Palace, which construction began in the 1530s and was completed in 1540. Meat pie's ready, sir. Sir, come take your meat pie.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when they block up the window.
Good afternoon.
afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm splendid. Welcome to the palace.
Is the Queen in?
No, the Queen's not in.
She's not in?
She's not in. Well, what's your name?
My name is Ray.
She did say she was if Ray comes calling, telling him not in, so. No, she's not here today. If she was here today, Ray, I do have to be honest with you, I would probably have to stop you from going in until you had your stockings pulled all the way up to your knees. The arms we can forgive, but you've not got a hat on, you're not dressed properly, and these two are laughing. These are women, they should be more respectful coming to see the Queen. Look at them flashing their ankles. The King would love you too. The Queen would not entertain you bearing your legs like that. And again, no headdresses on, you're getting a bit of a scandalous reputation, you know, especially if you're married and you're not wearing one, because you're pretending you're not. So it's a good job, Ray, that the Queen isn't in today, because I just couldn't let any of you go any further.
Well, thanks, I'm good.
You're welcome, you're welcome. My pleasure. You're ready for next week? Just ask
Whichever room you're allowed to go, you usually are here because you want to speak with her, you want to petition her on one thing or another on a subject on a thing. But whatever you say is going to be overheard by everybody else. So not exactly a place for confidentiality. If you have something confidential to share with the Queen, by all means, folks, you keep it to yourself. Because no one here is here the very first home. They are going to meet the Queen as well. You're guaranteed them. So let's go into another Scottish
job I
ballad.
forgot to do this morning.
Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, yes, you're in the bedchamber of Marie de Guise at this minute. Oh dear. Well, welcome to the VIP room. Because only the Queen herself can invite you into this space herself. So this is a very exclusive room you're in right now. Because a bedchamber in the 16th century is the inner sanctum of any home. So if you're lucky enough to have 2 rooms in your home, because I only have one in my farmhouse where my family lived, but the average person would be lucky to have 2 rooms. So that's why the bedchamber in the 16th century is the family space. It's a place for eating, sleeping, washing, sewing, hobbies, inviting your close family and friends. So that's why, and for the Queen it's the same, except it's the office of the Queen. Or the
King's Inner Hall. That's amazing they painted that, isn't
The
it?
sun makes an appearance
Oh,
again.
it feels
it's
so
beautiful.
good.
I'm going to bet, folks, that when you booked this trip to Scotland, you also booked woolly jumpers, scarves, hats, gloves, rain jackets,
Yes.
and a lot as well there. Not needed. Pleasantly surprised, I think. When built as part of the wider forework here at the front of the castle, you had the walls on either side of the towers in the corner. And that's why it's called the forework. It was the entrance to the castle in the 16th century. His gatehouse, his forework, all built between the years of 1500 to about 1510 in King James IV's reign. The gatehouse at that time actually had 4 towers in those days. We believe at the time that all 4 towers rising twice, 3 times the height of the towers above us today. Indeed, that piece of shrapnel right here dates back to 1651. We are now back inside the Renaissance castle itself of the 16th century and the time of the Stuart kings and queens of Scotland of those days. This courtyard around us here, known as the Outer Close, was back in those days a service area, the government-held castle. When the soldiers and the service of King George II, however, opened up from here with a massive volley of cannon fire, the Jacobites below on the other side were cut to pieces.
The north gate of Stirling Castle, 642 years old.
A very extensive kitchen complex. But this north gate, dating back to 1381, was built in the reign of King Robert II.
How many people have walked under this thing?
So I tried reading the book, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I
Since no more hills to climb for the rest of the tour, on the level from here on in, and also, if you like legging, upstairs in this building, we have Lego figures. You go hunting, see how many you can find them. Right, all the Hampton Squad was built in It was the first in England, king of all Great Britain and the Union of Britain. So James and his Scottish tour head south.
sound horn. Anybody got a horn? We can buy you one.
We had an outstanding day at Stirling Castle. The tour guide was very informative, and having the ability to walk around the grounds and just read and take everything in on such a beautiful day, I highly recommend a visit to Stirling Castle. We'll see you next time.